going to show you how to make Armenian style cheese turnovers, or Boerag. I have here my phyllo dough. Just open this up. If you're lucky, your phyllo dough will be easy to work with and the sheets won't be stuck together. So I am going to take my sheet and I'm going to brush 2/3 of the sheet with melted butter. I'm going to fold over 1/3 and then fold it over again. And that way you get a little bit of butter between each layer. Put my cheese mixture on top of one corner. Then I'm going to fold it. This style of fold will give me equilateral triangles. And if I have a little bit sticking out at the end, I can just cut that off. I'm just going to put this on my baking tray, which I have a piece of parchment on. And let's do that again. I'm going to brush 2/3 with melted butter, fold over the unbuttered section. Now you can see the dough started sticking a little bit, so you have to be careful. I'll loosen the whole thing, then fold it over again, then a little brush of butter and scoop of cheese. Today I'm using a blend of cheddar and Munster cheese. Sometimes I use all Munster. And I'm making my equilateral triangle. This time I don't have to cut off the edge, I can just fold it over. And so that looks pretty nice. This time I'll show you how to fold it flag style. Prepare the phyllo dough the same way. Put your scoop of cheese on one end. Take this and fold it up so that it's even on this side. And then you do it like you would fold a flag. Fold it that way, and then come down this way, and then fold it this way, and then up that way, and follow the contours. You don't get an equilateral triangle. See the difference? I tend to like this style better, but I find this style is a little easier to teach, but either one makes delicious turnovers. So let me show you this flag style one again. Brush my 2/3. By flag style, I mean that's how they fold the flag. Brush. And when you're first learning to do these, sometimes it's a little easier to use a little less cheese. Also, if you use too much cheese, it'll just melt out when they're cooking, so it's not like you're getting any extra cheese. The other thing is, don't use too much butter, because that will also just melt out while it's cooking and kind of make a mess on your baking sheet. So alright, so I'm going to put my cheese filling, fold up so that this line is right along, parallel to the edge of the piece of phyllo. Then fold it straight across, lining up that, and now flip it over to the other side. And keep flipping so that you're always flipping parallel to a side. Flip, flip, flip. And that's the easiest method to make these. Now another little bit of information about phyllo dough. Lots of times you're told to keep it covered with a wet towel or to just work on one sheet at a time. I find that this method is the best because my sheet that I'm working on is protecting the sheets below from drying out. Just don't leave it here and go do something else. If you keep working with it quickly, you won't have the problem of the sheets drying out. So let me show you what I do to store these, to freeze them. Same method. Once I wrap it up, And then I put them on a either wax paper, or I'm using deli paper here, and just put them in a plastic container, fill up one layer, put another sheet of paper over it, again wax paper, or this is deli paper, and then put the lid on it and put it in the freezer, and then just take out as many as I want to use. You can bake them frozen, but they're best to thaw out a little bit before you bake them. I'm going to fold this up here so that it doesn't dry out and show you what to do with these once they're on the tray. So I'm going to bake these. I'm going to put a little egg glaze on them. Brush the tops of them with egg. I don't like to dilute this egg with any water like I do with some glazes, because I like a nice rich egg glaze. It gives a really nice shine. Now I'll take my sesame seeds. Don't use toasted sesame seeds for this, because they're going to get toasted in the oven as they bake, and then they might get too dark. So use plain sesame seeds. Alright, I'm going to bake these at 400 degrees. These have been in the oven for about 14 minutes. And that's how they should look when they're done. They should be nice and browned on the bottom. Happy baking.